Hey Dream Babe, I am Tara D. Welcome back to the Dream Woman Society, where we don't just talk about leveling up, we become her. Now, I know you are probably looking in my mouth and you're like, what the hell is that? I got braces, okay, Dream Babe. So some of you ladies may know back in September of 2025, I sat out on this journey during a spiritual fast to become the woman of my dreams, right? And I realized throughout that journey that that woman has straight white teeth. Right. And while I do love my natural smile, the smile that God gave me, I still wanted my teeth to be straight. And I have been wanting braces since I was in my early 20s, and I am now in my 30s. So I have braces. Now, you may see that I only have braces at the top, and they are ceramic. So they may be a little hard to see. You may have to look a little harder to see them, but they are there. I got ceramic braces because they are a little bit more comfortable. And they are a little bit more seamless when it comes to seeing these braces in my mouth when you look, right? You may have to double take and kind of ask yourself, what is that? But ultimately, at the first glance, you may not see them, right? And I only got them at the top because my orthodontist suggested that I wait a few more appointments so that my top row can align to get the bottom row put on. It's so crazy, Dream Babe. Like when I looked at those pictures that the orthodontics took, I didn't realize how much my overbite was, like how extensive it was, to the point where they said I would have to get surgery to have full alignment from my bottom jaw. So I am actually very excited that I did take this step. Braces have been on my list for years, okay? A total of probably over 10 years. So if you are seeing this part of the video, this is your sign to do one thing that can level you up, make you feel good, boost that self-esteem while you are on your level up journey and you are becoming the woman of your dreams. And ultimately, on my journey to becoming the woman of my dreams, that is one of the reasons why I set out to create this channel, right? Within the Dream Woman Society. So that is my spiel. I just didn't want you to be kind of off put by my mouth and the way that I'm talking. I got my braces, well, my top braces on Wednesday of this week. It is now Sunday. So I'm about 4 days in, and I will tell you, I'm not having that much discomfort. It is a little bit uncomfortable. The inside of my top lip, just because, you know, they're rubbing against the braces, but I'm able to eat good. I can still kind of eat what I want. I just have to break things down. And it may be a little bit more painful when I get the bottom row put on, but we will cross that bridge when we get there. Okay, Dream Babe. So, let's talk about something that a lot of women are experiencing, but don't really understand, right? So you go out, you catch a man staring at you from across the room. He may even be smiling, right? And he never approaches. So you're left wondering, why is this happening? You may notice like this happens a lot when you're out, you and your girlfriends are talking about it. And the thing to say is that men just don't approach women. Men are scared of women. They're scared of us because we are independent now, right? We're making more money than them in this century, in this time. And we are left to think that the only answer is men are scared of us. So in this video, I am going to break down the 5 reasons of why men may not be approaching you and some things that you can do to help that man approach you and feel comfortable to walk over to you and get to know you a little bit more, Dream Babe. Number 1, you walk into a room, an event, a bar, a club, a grocery store with your head in your phone. Okay, what this is doing is energetically shutting off people from approaching you because you don't look approachable. Your head is down in your phone. You may actually be handling some business. You may actually be, trying to meet up with that person that you went to that occasion to meet. But ultimately, it is leaving you to a point where you are not observing your surroundings. So number 1, I want to talk about safety, right? When we're walking into an establishment with our heads in our phones, we are not looking around to see what is going on, right? Regardless of a man, we don't know what's happening around us, right? So what you want to do is, I would suggest you put that phone in your purse, right? Make it a practice. Even if you're going out today, you might be going to the grocery store. You might be going into, to a sports event with your kids. Anywhere you go, make it a practice to start today to put that phone in your purse and walk in a room with your head held high, right? You actually want to be able to see those men who you might be attracted to. Right? You want to actually be able to make eye contact with people in that room. You want to be open with your body language. You want to be observant and see what exactly is going on. If you might like a man, you might be attracted to a man that's in that room. You actually might have to set yourself up to move a little closer to that man, okay? To give him the okay that you like him in so many ways. And you want to be in proximity to where, if he's going to give you a look or if he's going to give you a stare, you are in the vicinity to where you're not across the room, behind the bar, over this way, to where you cannot get his attention and he can't get yours, right? So you do want to ultimately walk into a room, head held high, looking around, face, you're smiling and you're bright and you are open to interactions. And that's even with women too, right? You may be running a business. You go out to not only meet men, but to network, right? You might find your next client in that establishment. If you walk in with your face in your phone, you're not going to know your target audience. You're not going to know that she's in there, right, Dream Babe? So head held high, chin up, looking around, smiling, ready to engage in allowing that energy to be felt through your presence, right? Number 2, you're always out with your girlfriends, okay? Now, it's a must that us ladies have a girls' night and we go and then we catch up with our ladies and we enjoy each other, right? But I want you to try to, on the weekend or the next time you're off, make it a point to go into like a small coffee shop, right? Go into a Panera Bread, a Starbucks, order your drink and just have a seat in the lounge and just sit there with yourself for a moment to where you can take that in. Ultimately, this is called like a solo date, right? But it's starting small. So you can get used to, at some point, working up to the place where you can go out into bigger environments by yourself. Now, let me tell you why this is so important. As far as a man, and when it comes to him approaching you, he is more likely going to do it when you're by yourself. You walk into a room, you have that high confidence, and you are open with your energy, right? He is more likely going to come over to you opposed to you being out with your girls. And the number one thing that men are scared of is rejection, right? So he would rather take that chance of being rejected by one woman, saying he approaches you and you tell him, no, you're not interested, or no, you're in a relationship. Men register that as rejection, regardless of what the reason is. It is rejection to them, right? So if you and your girls and y'all are all out and he comes and he approaches you and you reject him, now he perceives that as 5 women rejected him, and he's going to take that blunt to his ego even stronger, Dream Babe, okay? So that's why I say take those baby steps to just taking yourself out to where you eventually get to the point where you take a Saturday night, you get dressed, you put your makeup on, you do your hair, and you can go and sit in that local bar and mingle and mangle. And I will tell you from my experience, and I still take myself out on solo dates, I have the best time, okay? I get the most drinks brought. I get approached by the most men. I have more conversations with different women. I'm speaking to the bartender. I think it's amazing to be out with your girls, yes, but every so often, if you can just take the time to go out by yourself, that will serve you in this area when it comes to dating. And, I know we are all looking for our kingdom spouse. We're looking for the guy that God has for us, the man that God has in our Jeremiah 29:11. And unfortunately, that man is just not going to come and knock on our door. We have to put ourselves in those environments and in those spaces where he can potentially be, right? So, number 3, you're not letting him know you are attracted to him. So what that looks like is you are out with your girls or you're by yourself, right? You see a guy who has looked at you a few times. He might smile and he might look away. Again, a man will do this because he is terrified of rejection. So when we think about these guys are not approaching us, they're not coming over to us, they're not making conversations, that is because they are terrified. And unfortunately, the higher level that a man is, the more established he is, the more terrified he is of rejection, right? So if you're looking for a high valued man, it's going to be that much more that he's going to be scared of rejection, right? So you are out with your girls, you're by yourself, and you see this guy. He's looking, he's showing you that he is interested in you, right? What I want you to do, and this is going to be very hard at first, but over time, you'll get used to it, right? You're going to see that man staring at you, and I want you to look at him and just give him a smile and a little wave. That's it. I promise you, Dream Babe, every single time I have done this, the man is over to me in the next 20 seconds. I mean, he is zoom. He's there, right? In literally 10 to 20 seconds, because all they are looking for is a sign. They're looking for something to let them know that you like them, you're attracted to them, you are interested in them, and that gives them the green light to come over and approach you. Yes, these men want to lead. Yes, these men want to approach us, but ultimately they are scared, and that's just what it comes down to. And I want to touch on something really quick, Dream Babe. So these tips that I'm talking about, these are going to come from, building up that confidence and building up that self-esteem. They're not going to be easy at all. And I don't want you to take it from a preference of looking like, well, I don't want to have to do that. Why should I have to do that? If he's a man, he should just come over to me. And from my experience, and I know from your experience, Dream Babe, that has not worked. And it's just not going to work because of the male psychology. So once I began to really understand how men think and understand the things that they are scared of, right? Even though it can seem so minute to us, men and women are just different. And a masculine man is terrified of being rejected. And that's not just with women. That is out in the world. That's why they work so hard at their jobs. That's why they want to have the best and the greatest cars and the best and the greatest homes and the best and the greatest everything, because they don't want to be looked at as less than, right? They don't want to be rejected in the sense of they're not doing their very best to be the best, right? So when you understand that, it makes it a little easier for you to know that you got to give that man a little bit of encouragement, just to let him know, I like you and I am interested in you. And it can literally be as simple as a smile, a look, and a wave. I promise you, you can't beat the man off of me fast enough. As fast as he comes over and he approaches me. And I have met some really great men by doing this. But I ultimately had to understand that these men just need to have the okay, that it's okay to approach you. Again, they don't want to approach you and find out that you're in a relationship. And they don't want to approach you and find out that you're in a space in your life where you're not dating. That is all, regardless, again, of the reason, it is considered rejection to that man. And he's taking a hit to his ego, and he has to build that back up, right? So again, within these tips, you want to build up that confidence and you want to build up that self-esteem. And you can build up your confidence over time by, making promises to yourself and keeping those promises. That's how you build self-trust and self-worth. And that will ultimately spill over into your confidence. And also too, going back to tip number 1, walking into a room with your head held high. Walking into a room with your phone and your purse, and you're just looking up, head up, chest up, and you are observing, you're making eye contact with people, right? That exudes confidence in itself. Even if it doesn't feel good, dream babe, and it's going to feel very awkward at first, continue to do it, because that's also showing that you have confidence and you're a very confident woman, and you're giving that off as well, right? So work on that confidence, work on that self-esteem, and you will be able to do that throughout utilizing these exercises and these tips that I'm giving you today. Okay. And again, any of these tips that I'm giving you, you don't have to just be in a bar or a nightlife setting. You can go to a doctor's office and do this. You can go to a grocery store and do this. You can go to a musical and do this. Anywhere where a man will be, you can do these tips. You can exercise these tips. You can work on these tips. You can do this in the gym. Okay. I will warn you, just be aware, because you will have men flocking at your feet once you start to do this. Okay. And you start to actually become comfortable, and you can do it seamlessly. Okay. Tip number 4, you have a resting bitch face. Okay. We know that face where it is consistently, you are just looking mean, and you may not even notice it. But if you have had people come over to you and tell you, why are you looking so mean? Smile a little bit. Don't take that offensively. Do a little bit of self-reflecting and understand that you are giving off the energy of you're not approachable. Right? If you are sitting there, your face is not smiling, you're not smiling, your aura is dry, it's not giving inviting. No man and no woman is going to want to approach you, right? Especially a man. When we go back to rejection, he knows that this woman she's going to, and you may be the sweetest woman on earth. But what is reading to that man from across the room who may find you attractive is that if I go and talk to her, she's going to cuss me out. She's going to talk so bad to me, and that's going to be beyond hurting his ego. That's going to make him go in the bathroom and want to cry. Okay. Men are so sensitive. They're probably more sensitive than us. And it literally just takes the littlest thing to break them down. And a blow to the ego is one of those things. So if you are kind of sitting there with a resting bitch face, you're not laughing, you're not joking, your face is not bright, you don't look inviting, he is not going to approach you at all. And it doesn't even matter in this case if you do smile and you make eye contact and you wave, because he's already getting the energy of, she is mean. She's not, I don't want to approach her. I'm scared to approach her. So I'm going to look at another woman, and I'm going to try to get the attention of another woman. Right. And things you can do to work on that resting bitch face. Sometimes when I'm out, I'll look at my phone, I'll look at a TikTok, something funny, something exciting, something that will make me smile, something I'm used to looking at to uplift me, maybe Instagram or Facebook, whatever your social media is. I'll look at a few funny things, and I'll allow myself to feel that, and I'll allow myself to smile. I'll allow myself to laugh. That helps me to brighten my mood. Even if I don't sit there with a resting bitch face, it helps me to look a little bit more approachable. Okay. And number 5, your body language. Human beings reciprocate body language. That is the number one thing that we reciprocate. Before you open your mouth, before you say a word, before you laugh, before you joke, that man is absorbing your body language. So if you're sitting at the bar, you're hunched over, you're in your phone with your head down, you're not looking up, you are just scrolling, that's not inviting energy. It's very closed off. It's giving, I am doing something. It's giving, I'm not paying attention. And it's also giving, don't approach me because I'm busy. That's kind of what it's giving off when you are hunched over and your energy is closed. So what I want you to do is, I want you to sit up. Just sit that back up. You can be sitting at the bar. You could have your phone in your hand. Just bring your phone up to your face a little bit and sit up. Be poised, right? Look around a little bit. Granted, you can still be in your phone. I'm not saying in any of these tips, don't be in your phone, don't handle your business, don't text your friend and let her know that you're on your way or you walked in. Don't call her and let her know that you're there. Do all of these things, but do them very subtly, right? So if you feel like you want to have a little bit of entertainment, if you feel like you want to look at a couple funny TikToks, or you want to watch a funny Instagram really quick, just to brighten you up and help you sit up a little straighter, do that. But sit up and bring that phone a little closer to your face, and then you look at it and you scroll and do it for just a few minutes and put it back down. Drink your drink, talk with your girls, even make a conversation with a girl next to you or a guy next to you. Granted that these men are not in relationships and there with their women, right? We don't want to get the eye contact and entertain a man who is there with another woman, right? So we want to make sure he's not there with someone else. But yeah, it's all about building up that confidence. Confidence will be the key to everything else. Once you can build up that confidence and that self-esteem, you'll notice that everything else will fall into place, and it'll fall so very seamlessly, right? So body language is a very big one. We will catch body language before we catch anything else. And this is very sincere with a man, because men are very energetic beings, and they typically go off of energy before anything else, right? So work on that just by sitting up and in your chair and being poised and having your energy be inviting. So again, the 5 tips are: number 1, you walk into a room with your face and your phone, right? We're not going to do that. We're going to walk in, head up, looking around, phone in our purse, phone in our pocket, and taking the energy in from the room, right? You're always out with your girlfriends. Again, we're going to try to start small by going to that little coffee shop and sitting there for a half an hour, 20 minutes by ourselves, right? Looking around the room, not on our phones, so that we can get used to that experience of enjoying our own company and also looking around the room to see what's going on, right? Number 3, you're not letting him know that you are attracted to him. Again, you see a man staring, he's smiling, he's looking 2 and 3 or 4 times. Look over at him that one time, catch his eye contact, smile, and give him a little wave. He will be over to you in 20 to 30 seconds, okay? You have a resting bitch face. We want to work on our energy in that moment. Get on your phone, look at a couple TikToks, something to make you laugh, something to make you feel good. That good dopamine hit, and let that smile linger for a minute, right? And that'll uplift your energy. That'll make you look more inviting and more approachable. And number 5, your body language. So again, when we're sitting at that bar or we're sitting at that event, we're sitting at that table, we want to be poised. We want to have our back up straight, chin up, and we want to be taking in the energy from the people in the room. We want to be looking around. We want to be engaging. If you're on your phone, bring your phone up a little bit closer to you, to where you're not coming down to your phone, but you're bringing it up to you a little bit, to where your head is still up, your back is still straight, and you're scrolling through, but you look inviting, you look open to receive, right? So here at the Dream Woman Society, we leave no dream woman behind, right? So if you feel like you find yourself having issues with confidence and self-esteem, that is fine. That's understandable. And it is a lot of us women in today's day, right? So if that is you and you feel like you need a boost, I have the Inner Blockage Reset that I'm going to link down below in the descriptions, where you can get totally free, which is going to help you to release blockages that you are holding on to and help you to start to uplift yourself, build that confidence, and build up that self-esteem, so that you can go out and do these tips and they'll be seamless. You won't have any kickback, no resistance, and you'll feel amazing in your body and in your feminine energy when you are actually doing these things, okay? And if you want to go deeper, I have the Dream Woman Blueprint, right? It is another journal prompt that is designed to help you release those blockages, but it goes a little bit deeper into the subconscious to help you level up your life and to also help you to work on that journey to becoming the woman of your dreams, right? So, ending today's video, I want to give you ladies a scripture, which is 2 Timothy 1:7. For the spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline. I thought that was the perfect scripture to go with today's video, just to seal it off with uplifting, confident energy. He gave us the power to walk in our feminine energy and to completely 100% accept our feminine essence, right? So if you found value in this video today, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the Dream Woman Society. I am so grateful for you, Dream Babe. I am so proud of you. I want you to take your time and just work on, those tips that I gave you today. Just walking into a room with your phone and your purse, looking at that man and giving him a smile and a wave. Right? We are all in the process of waiting for our kingdom spouse in God's due time, but we have to put ourselves in those environments to actually receive him, right? Again, he's not going to just drop at our doorstep and we open a door and we just take him in our arms. I wish it was that easy, honey. We would all be happily married with our kingdom spouse, living our life and building our families, but it just does not work like that. So work on these tips. Do 1 or 2 at a time. Work on that confidence. Build up that self-esteem. And you're going to see a major, major difference in your dating experiences. I promise that, Dream Babe, okay? So I want you to do everything with love. Put God first and have an amazing, amazing day.